Bill Gates resides in a mansion worth $127 million. The 10th richest man in the world, Mukesh Ambani, owns a billion-dollar home with 27 floors and 600 employees. Russian billionaire Mikhail Prokhorov, former owner of the Brooklyn Nets, dwells in Villa Leopolda, the third most expensive house in the world and the most expensive in Europe. We could make a long list of billionaires and their homes worth hundreds of millions. Yet the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, resides in a $50,000 home. One of these billionaires is not like the others, and you're about to find out why. Now is the time to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. It goes hand in hand. A billionaire with a multi-million-dollar house settled on a huge compound, if not a 100-acre estate. To date, one of the rare billionaires to remain frugal with his living quarters is Warren Buffett. Despite his roughly $105.6 billion net worth and being the sixth wealthiest man in the world, he enjoys a life of simple taste, thrifty living, yet generous philanthropy. Warren Buffett's house is the same one he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Adjusted for the time and inflation, today that equals roughly $290,000. And when asked about his intentions of putting his own home up for sale, Warren told CNBC interviewers, "I wouldn't trade it for anything." The other oddball is genius Elon Musk, and he doesn't conform. He goes against the grain in almost every aspect of his life, and has even had the webbles to go against the woke mob. He bashes Facebook for their efforts to suppress information, and he puts the United Nations in check for their mismanagement of spending as well as other atrocious incidents. No, Musk is not the normie billionaire shaking hands with politicians, being a yes man, or bending the knee to appease the masses. And when it comes to where he lays his head at night, a tiny home in Texas worth $50,000 is all he needs. The next question you'll have certainly concerns the fact that property is one of the best investments in the world. It's akin to gold. We don't live in a magical world of alchemy, so no one can make more land, like they can't make more gold. So here's why Elon Musk chooses to live in conditions substandard of his income and net worth. Elon's unorthodox approach to property. Musk, who is worth about $220 billion, made this announcement via his Twitter account in July of this year. "My primary home is literally a $50,000 house in Boca Chica or Starbase that I rent from SpaceX. It's kinda awesome though. That home that he's talking about is a foldable prefabricated home created by Boxable, which is a housing startup company based in Las Vegas. The Boxable Casita is a transportable 20 by 20 unit that's only about 400 square feet. It's set up like a studio apartment and features a fully equipped kitchen, bathroom, living room, and bedroom. It was about a year after Musk announced in a tweet that he was selling almost all physical possessions and will own no house, when he did actually move into the foldable home. And Musk actually kept his word, as we witnessed him selling most of the properties he owned. This seems absolutely bizarre. Most recently in June, he listed his last piece of real estate, located in San Francisco, for $37.5 million. In a tweet, he said that the home just needs to go to a large family who will live there. It's a special place. The real reason Elon lives in a $50,000 tiny home. You've heard about Elon Musk's aspirations to colonize Mars. He has a goal of achieving his out-of-this-world plan, and that means doing whatever it takes, including selling off his multi-million-dollar property portfolio and living in the $50,000 prefab home that he rents from SpaceX. It's actually a house so small and lightweight that a Tesla car can pull it on a trailer without the help of semi-trucks. To gain a little more insight into why Musk made the decision to live in a tiny home as opposed to a lavish palace, just remember that once Musk agrees on and initiates a plan, he's hell-bent on its completion. In this case, a human colony on the Red Planet is his goal. So even though the home doesn't resemble a townhouse in Manhattan, nor does it look like your run-off-the-mill mass-produced home in suburbia, it's a way to vicariously live on Mars, as the first housing developments on Mars will surely resemble the Boxable Casita. Remember, to successfully build a colony on Mars, buildings would need to be erected quickly and with little effort, using as little energy as possible. In other words, colonizing Mars would require a highly efficient process with great precision, one that will look much like an assembly line with a very advanced manufacturing process. So the key for the success of this process mostly depends on employing very small, lightweight, and easily transported materials that are easy to construct but durable enough for long-term dwelling in the harsh environments of the Red Planet. Apparently, for Elon Musk, these variables and requirements are best tested with the boxable home, placed in the arid dry climate of South Texas. So it seems the real reason Musk is living in a $50,000 prefabricated tiny home is for product testing purposes, and perhaps to give him a better grasp on what will work when SpaceX colonizes Mars. SpaceX Starships in Brownsville, Texas. Keep in mind that Musk founded his third company, Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, or SpaceX, in 2002 with the intention of building spacecraft for commercial space travel. So it's not something he just recently thought up as a get-rich-quick scheme. So by 2008, SpaceX was well established, and NASA awarded the company the contract to handle cargo transport for the International Space Station, with plans for astronaut transport, which became a reality in 2017 when NASA awarded SpaceX a contract to ferry astronauts back and forth to the International Space Station. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's remember that in 2012, SpaceX purchased land in Brownsville, Texas, which would later become the testing site for Starship and the Falcon rockets, as well as the site for the SpaceX Starbase. Before SpaceX arrived in Brownsville, Texas, it was a city of roughly 175,000 people on the US-Mexico border. It's best known for being involved in international trades thanks to the port of Brownsville. Although the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley has a campus in Brownsville, the city remains a quiet South Texas town. Moreover, Elon Musk needed to live on site for his epic creations. In April of 2021, NASA gave SpaceX another contract to build the next space vehicle that will land on the moon. Then, in August of 2021, Starship, with a 230-foot Super Heavy booster below and the 164-foot Starship above, stood on a platform at the launch pad as dozens of visitors looked on just outside the gates. Aside from previous test launches, many of which ended in fireballs and fireworks in the sky, SpaceX marked the most visual milestone to date for Starship. And this is paving the way for a full-fledged orbital test flight. When fully assembled, Starship stands as the tallest and most powerful rocket in the world, though it will have to fly a demonstration mission before truly claiming those titles. Because of the Starship testing site and the construction of Starbase, which will be the future headquarters and site of operations for SpaceX, Elon decided he had better buy some property in Texas to be close to the project he loves so much. Now that you know why Elon Musk lives in a $50,000 home, what do you think of his dedication and willingness to experience a replica of Mars living? Leave your thoughts down below, and be sure to run the drill of showing support for the best channel to get your tech binge. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and share this video.